We are going to walk the streets, see the sights and sample the smells from the city that gave birth to the original and greatest heavy metal band in history, Black Sabbath. So we are in Birmingham. Not the first to take the blues and encase it in concrete and steel, but no band and no album has perfectly defined an entire genre. Stories of desperation, poverty, failure at school, fights, addiction. Success through uncertainty is the story of Birmingham's biggest export.
Off to Ozzy Osbourne's house?
Childhood home.
Childhood home.
So there it is, number 14 Lodge Road. The childhood home of Ozzy Osbourne. After a brief spell in prison and being fired from several jobs, John Michael Osbourne was inspired by the music of the Beatles to get into the music business. In a last desperate hope, he decided to put a card in the window of Ringway Music Shop, and it said,
Ozzy Zig needs gig, has PA.
Roughly in the area of the childhood home of Tony Iommi. The house is no longer here. Before Black Sabbath, Tony Iommi was in a band called the Birds and the Bees, who were offered work in Germany, and thinking this would be his big break, Tony Iommi decided to quit his factory job and go full-time with the band.
But then disaster struck. On his last day at work, Tony had an accident in which the ends of 2 fingers on his right hand were sliced off by the machine. It was at the time operating.
He made plastic tips wrapped in leather for his fingers, used lighter gauge strings, and detuned the guitar down to a lower pitch, which not only helped him play the guitar again, but also gave him a unique sound. He was only 17 when this happened. So we're standing outside Geezer Butler's childhood home. It's that grey building right there. Geezer Butler is more than just a bass player.
His lyrics spawned the darkness metalheads hold dear.
Black Sabbath! His real name is Terence Michael Joseph Butler.
He was nicknamed at school because he would call everyone
Geezer! He grew up in a strict Catholic family.
And he had an interest in the spiritual world.
This Newton Wellbeing Community Centre, and this is where Black Sabbath first started rehearsing. So apparently there must have been, or there used to be, a cinema around here. Tony noticed the queue outside the cinema. There was always a long queue when there was a horror movie showing.
He thought it strange people would pay money to scare themselves and suggest they should make music that sounded evil.
This clearly gave their music a unique character, as well as attracting lots of free publicity. So we are outside the childhood home of Bill Ward. There again, right behind you.
Yeah, you're not covering my face this time.
Bill Ward started playing drums as a child, listening to big bands of the 40s. In the mid-60s, Ward played drums in a band called The Rest.
Before Sabbath, Ward and guitarist Tony Iommi played together in a band called Mythology.
Ward is known for his very unorthodox playing style,
often using snare drills and tempo drops to match both vocals and riffs.
The band would often play harmful pranks on him, like setting his beard on fire. They once covered the drummer in gold paint from head to toe. Bill Ward soon became violently ill and had a seizure.
The paint had blocked all of his pores, which can be fatal.
Originally called Earth and a few other forgettable band names, following a mix-up with another band with the same name, the band changed their name to Black Sabbath, named after a horror movie by Boris Karloff. So that building right behind us, that's the Crown, and that's the very first venue where Black Sabbath played live. Click this video right here for a brief history on David Gilmour.